Hello, this is Retroburn, and today I thought to share these community balance changes that I want to present to my real life friends and to the local gaming community, because I heard from quite a number of them that because of the how OP Astartes are, they've started to play Kill Team with just 5 operatives. For me, this might be a good patch to a prevalent problem, but I don't know, it just cuts down on all the beautiful synergies that Games Workshop has created for the Space Marine teams. So I'm suggesting another path for how our local circles take care of this problem. So these suggested changes are just suggestions. So if you don't want to implement this in your local games, that's not a problem. It's a free world. So I just thought to share this because it might help some of you. I don't know. But yeah, if you don't want to use these changes, that it's fine, it's fine. It's a free world. But yeah, anyway, here we go. So a lot of them are complaining that the Astartes are too tanky. So I propose this line here: lower all Astartes wound stat by 1 to a minimum of 12. So basically, this means that the Phobos Kill Team wounds wise remain unaltered. And then the second is make the following changes to the Astartes ability. So take note that this is by no means version 1.0. We might tweak this in the days, weeks ahead. So yeah, it's not final, but this is what I propose. So the Astartes ability will be changed to the first 2 lines, I think, have remained basically unaltered. During each friendly faction operative's activation, it can perform either 2 shoot actions or 2 fight actions. Nothing changed there. If it's 2 shoot actions, a bolt pistol, a bolt gun, or psychic weapon. So I added an asterisk because this is a generic description for all Astartes teams. So I added here, if the kill team has any, must be selected for at least one of them. You cannot select the same psychic weapon more than once per activation. So each friendly insert faction here, operative can counteract regardless of its order. So this has remained unchanged, but operatives that have been given the conceal order, however, cannot perform the shoot or fight action for its counteract. So there's that. And then friendly faction operatives that perform the shoot or fight action twice cannot use a shoot or fight action when counteracting in the same turning point. So this is basically the crux, the gist of the core of the problem. Is because a lot of my friends are complaining that the 3 shoot action marines are just too much. So yeah, this is going to solve it, but hang on, don't get angry. They can still counteract. We'll get to it in this section. But before that, here's another thing. Because I feel that Astartes hitting on 4+ when they throw grenades is just too lore inaccurate. So I inserted this line: whenever an Astartes operative performs the shoot action with a grenade, improve the hit stat of that weapon by 1. Any other bonuses are not cumulative with this. Example, the Grenadier ability of the Assault Intercessor Grenadier. So basically, this just tells us that all Marines will be hitting on 3s whenever they throw grenades. So I feel that this is more lore accurate, and this is a buff actually. So, but yeah, the above lines are going to nerf them, I think, to in such a way that matches will be more fulfilling, will be more edge of your seat affairs, because even most of my friends who are Space Marine players say that winning as Space Marines are not giving them a fulfilling feeling that they've won it because they made the right tactical choices, but because of hard brute strength because of the OP stats. So this is what we're trying to fix, to make it so that it's just not for the guard equivalent players, it's also for the Marine players, that they'll be winning in a way that, that it'll be more satisfying for them. So basically, this is a strategic, a strategy ploy that costs you 1 CP, but it's actually free. So it actually has 2 titles, one for Loyalist Astartes and one for Heretic Astartes. So for Loyalist, it's called Vengeance Made Manifest, and for the Chaos Space Marines, it's called Champions of the Ruinous Powers. So it says that my suggestion is this: friendly faction operatives that have performed the shoot or fight action twice during this turning point can still use the shoot or fight action while counteracting, but have to worsen the hit stat of their weapons by 1 for that counteract. So this is not cumulative with being injured. This is also not a change to their weapons hit stat and takes precedence over all other rules. This supersedes the limitation, this one, detailed in the Astartes faction ability. So now, if you spend 1 CP for this, they can now shoot thrice, even if they've shot twice in their activation, so that they can still counteract. But there's also the bonus that if at the end of the turning point, no friendly faction operative has counteracted, you gain back that 1 CP. So it's not really a hard nerf because, you know, you get the CP back. But I hope this will tame the power of the Astartes teams. So yeah, again, this is only a suggestion, and this is not a version 1.0 of this batch of suggestions. And you're free to use them. You're free not to use them. It's a free world. Again, this is just for my friends and for my wife who's also playing Kill Team. So we're going to see if this is going to make matches fulfilling for both sides. So it's not, I'm not anti-marine. I just heard that some of my friends are saying, "Oh, yeah, we're winning, but it's kind of like cheating because it's too overpowered." I don't know, but yeah, even some of my friends in the US say that Kill Team has 3 game modes. Chaff versus Chaff, it's fun. Astartes versus Astartes is fun, but Astartes versus Chaff teams, not fun. So I'm hoping that these changes will address that. Also, I've been hearing a lot about the Primaris Eliminator being the MVP of most matches. So this last line here is going to fix that. So weapons of operative that select enemy operatives who have advantage gain the seek weapon rule for that shoot action. So yeah, even in Kill Team 2021, we have seen that some factions abuse, you know, setups where there are terrains on vantage points, and they'll just put their, what do you call this, operatives with silent weapons and just blink away at their enemies without them being touched. Especially if the opposing team only has pistols, like, you know, Velgor Ravagers or the Craft World Asuriani, who only have shuriken pistols and they have limited range. So, you know, it was a pain in the posterior trying to get those snipers. So yeah, I'm hoping that this change will tame the Eliminator sniper and prevent other factions from camping on, you know, I think I've read Goonhammer say the same thing, that if you put barricades and vantage points, people are just going to camp. I'm not too sure though. So take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, I think I did. So yeah, if you shoot someone hiding behind a barricade, they still retain their cover save, just like, you know, if they're in a vantage point, but they can't hide behind that vantage that barricade. So it gives the player pros and cons, and, you know, risk and reward about going on vantage points and that kind of stuff. So yeah, this has been Retroburn, and you've just seen my suggestions. Take note, these are just suggestions. I'm not saying that this should be implemented. I've decided to release this into the wild because it might help you. I don't know, with your games. It might make them more enjoyable. It might make them worse. I don't know, but yeah. So this is my try at making the game better. So yep, this has been Retroburn. Stay cool, stay frosty.